Connor, man, EXPCON Miami finally just finished.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was exceptional.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
A bit different from last year in Vegas.
Yeah.
A lot more focus on international this particular year. With the expansion, 3 new countries, Peru, Egypt and Turkey,
Yes.
all coming online, and they've got plans for a lot more
Yes.
coming up. So more about collaboration, international, driving that home.
Yes.
So it was great to be part of that and being invited as the country leader for New Zealand.
So I'd love to even know more about your journey, how you even found EXP.
Well, we were looking for an alternative model for real estate. We knew that we wanted to own our own agency. We knew that we wanted to be our own brand and our own business.
Yes.
And we had an opportunity to buy into an existing franchise, and that opened the doors and our minds to thinking about different opportunities. So we looked at a whole lot of series of different models, and it just was so fortuitously that we came across EXP by yourself, and every other model, when we compared it, it just made sense. It just stacked.
Nice. So what were kind of like the 3 biggest differentiators that you liked about EXP?
That we had autonomy, that we could be our own brand, and the cost to do business was just unparalleled.
Now, is there anything specific as well that you saw the impact in your GHC brand? Obviously, having the leverage tools and back-end resources of EXP, what were some of those things that really worked for you?
It is just a very easy way to do business. The barriers to entry and bringing our business to market were effectively zero. So for us to scale and to grow our business, it was just unparalleled. For us to bring on more agents within JHC, the cost is effectively zero.
Definitely. One thing that I've noticed, at least from JHC experience, is the impact in your market. How's that impacted in terms of the client experience and how you're interacting with your buyers and sellers?
It was definitely mixed at first. I mean, we were unsure about, are people following the brand or are people following the person, the salesperson, the agent? And when you go out on your own, it's always a bit of a gamble. You never know which way it's going to go.
Yes.
And we were pleasantly surprised that they didn't care about what flag, what banner we were waving. It was all about the relationships that we have. And what we've seen is that our transition from a typical franchise to going out on our own as a perceived independent has been overwhelmingly positively received.
And not only that, but you're also expanding not just in your local town, but also into surrounding towns throughout the country. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
We're providing options and introducing the model of EXP. So if people want to come into EXP, we can make that introduction, get them involved in the business. They can have their own brand, but we've established JHC to act as a platform to get their business up and running while sort of under the umbrella of an existing business that has production going through it. And when they're ready, they can transition out into being their own person, their own brand, and we can facilitate that. No competition.
Definitely. And I heard you say something really amazing this week as well, is that this is more of a platform to do business, not really just like an agency that you do your business through. Is that right?
That's right. Like EXP is just a platform. It's just a vehicle to do business, and you can wrap it in any color you want. And that's exactly what we've done with JHC Realty. Is it drives the mechanics of our business, and it's just a brand. So for us, it enables us to continue to move forward and move into other geographical areas. Why wouldn't you do a business this way?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Now, the one thing that I also have a question about is in terms of your dissecting of the EXP model. Like, you guys came last year and just came as a guest to see what we're really about. And there's something that has been perceived in the New Zealand market is that a little bit too good to be true based on what 95% of every other company out there is doing. So what was your experience in that process?
Like, the reality is that we just didn't believe it, right? Like, you were really excited about the model. We were really interested in the model. And look, it's not that we really loved where we were and like we were going to continue staying on that trajectory? No, it was like actually what was holding us back was, did we actually believe it? And the answer was not really until you get here and then you're like, okay, this is legitimate. It's got substance, it's well backed, it's just a very, very sophisticated way of doing business. And until you see it, you can't really believe it.
Yeah. So do you have any advice for anyone that would be considering to look at EXP in more depth? What would you recommend to them?
Talk to people. Talk to real world agents that have made that transition, get their feelings on it, get their experience on it, work out what went well, what didn't go well, ask them what their regrets were. There's only ever one.
Yeah.
You know, ask and find out why that is.
Yeah. Everyone says that same thing.
It's the same regret everywhere, but it's an interesting one.
Yeah, you gotta ask to find out, right?
You do.
Yeah,
So that's it. You just gotta hear how other people's journeys went, and if it makes sense for you and your business, then why wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. And so you'd be okay if someone wanted to ask you as well? I mean, I'm sure you'd be open if anyone wanted to reach out, ask any questions?
Anytime,
Yeah.
anytime. Like any questions about our own experience, why we were looking to make the change, why we chose EXP over all the other models. Like, we're an open book. Everything at EXP is about transparency, abundance. It's not a problem.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks, Carl. Glad
Pleasure.
to have you here. See you next year.
Yeah, sounds good.